Please tell me that I can't, that I won't, that I fail, that I'll never make it out, yeah. Please tell me all the bad, never good, fill my head full of every single doubt, yeah.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit.
Marco Bezzecchi, the Aprilia rider, finally spoke out about the dramatic moment he experienced at the 2025 German MotoGP yesterday. Bezzecchi, who had been performing impressively from the start of the race, briefly led for several laps at the Sachsenring circuit. However, everything changed when Marquez began to close in and eventually overtaken him with an aggressive yet clean maneuver. Bezzecchi admitted that being overtaken by Marquez was a turning point that shattered his concentration. Once Marquez overtook me, everything went haywire. My confidence immediately wavered. My focus was lost, and I started making small mistakes that proved fatal, Bezzecchi told the media after the race. Bezzecchi eventually lost control at turn 11 and crashed, preventing him from securing a podium finish or completing the race. I tried to hold on, but when he overtook me like that, it felt like a mental blow. It wasn't just about speed, but about psychology. I really felt it, he added. The 2025 German MotoGP race was indeed one of the most intense, especially the duel between Bezzecchi and Marquez in the first half of the race. However, this bitter experience seems set to be a valuable lesson for the young Aprilia rider. And here's the full information. Marco Bezzecchi once again found himself in the spotlight at the 2025 German MotoGP event held at the Sachsenring circuit. However, this time it wasn't due to his podium finish, but rather because of a bitter moment he experienced. Bezzecchi, who had been performing exceptionally well and leading the race, had to face the harsh reality of being overtaken by Marquez and suffering a crash that forced him to retire from the race. In a post-race interview, Bezzecchi couldn't hide his disappointment. The Italian rider admitted that the moment when Marquez overtook him marked the beginning of chaos in his racing rhythm. When you're overtaken by a rider like Marc, it's not just about losing position. It's also about losing your mental edge. That's what I felt. At that moment, I was feeling strong, confident, and stable, but once Marc caught up to me, everything changed, Bezzecchi said with a bitter tone. According to him, Marquez's maneuver wasn't just about speed, but also psychological pressure. He knows when to overtake, how to make his opponent lose their mental balance. After that, I started losing focus. My braking became too aggressive, I spun the tires on a few corners, and eventually, I lost grip and crashed, Bezzecchi explained, recounting the moments leading up to the incident that knocked him out of the race. The incident occurred on lap 17, when Bezzecchi was engaged in a fierce battle at the front of the pack. Marquez, who had been trailing him for several laps, launched a clean yet aggressive attack at turn 8. Though Bezzecchi tried to block the line, Marquez's speed and boldness left him unable to hold on. After being overtaken, my mind started to race. Instead of focusing on catching up, I overthought everything. Could I regain the lead? Was I too slow? All of that piled up in my head, he said. Due to the pressure, Bezzecchi failed to maintain the bike's stability and lost control entering turn 11. He slid off the track into the gravel, shattering all hopes of securing a victory or even a podium finish. The Aprilia team could only watch from the pit wall as Bezzecchi's bike flipped over and slowly came to a stop off the track. I'm disappointed. But I won't blame anyone. This isn't the bike's or the team's fault. It's entirely my responsibility as a rider, said Bezzecchi. However, from this failure, Bezzecchi admitted he learned a valuable lesson, especially about maintaining composure under intense pressure. I learned a lot from Marc today. He's not just fast, but smart and calm. He knows when to make his opponents panic. That's a quality I need to learn if I want to win in the future, he said. With this result, Bezzecchi's position in the provisional standings hasn't changed much, but the pressure from his rivals is growing as the second half of the season approaches. Meanwhile, Marquez, who secured victory at Sachsenring, once again proved that he remains one of the most influential riders on the grid. The 2025 German MotoGP serves as a valuable lesson for Bezzecchi that speed alone isn't enough. A champion's mentality and composure under pressure are two crucial elements that must be continuously honed to compete at the highest level.
Marco Bezzecchi, the Aprilia rider, once again demonstrated his aggressive riding style at the 2025 German MotoGP. From the start of the race, Bezzecchi showed no fear in facing the dominance of Marquez, who was performing exceptionally well with Ducati Lenovo. On the challenging Sachsenring circuit, Bezzecchi put intense pressure on Marquez, forcing him to maintain a tight racing pace. Unfortunately, Bezzecchi's ambitious attempt to overtake the champion ended tragically. During the mid-lap, while trying to close the narrowing gap, Bezzecchi lost control and suffered a severe crash at the fast third sector corner. Fortunately, he did not sustain serious injuries, but the incident forced him out of podium contention. After the race, Bezzecchi openly acknowledged Marquez's superiority. "I gave it my all, but he's incredibly strong and consistent. He knows exactly how to maintain his pace at Sachsenring," said Bezzecchi. This moment once again underscores Marquez's dominance at Sachsenring and highlights just how difficult it is to defeat the German king, even for a rival as strong as Bezzecchi. And here's the full story. Marco Bezzecchi is back in the spotlight at the 2025 German MotoGP. The Aprilia racing rider has been impressive since the start of the race, showing great ambition to achieve maximum results at the Sachsenring circuit, a track that has long been known as Marquez's home turf. As soon as the starting lights went out, Bezzecchi aggressively overtook several riders and managed to position himself at the front of the pack. With his distinctive and determined racing style, he began chasing Marquez, who was leading at a steady pace. A fierce battle ensued between the two riders from different manufacturers. Marquez, with his experience and precision, maintained his rhythm, while Bezzecchi continued to pressure him with sharp maneuvers through the technical corners of the Sachsenring. Drama unfolded midway through the race. In the third sector, with the gap between them less than 1 second, Bezzecchi attempted to enter the narrow left-hand corner faster. Unfortunately, his Aprilia bike lost front-wheel grip due to pressure and deteriorating track conditions. Bezzecchi crashed and slid off the track. The Aprilia team could only sigh in disappointment as their podium hopes vanished in an instant. After the race, Bezzecchi, who looked disappointed, still gave high praise to his rival, Marquez. In an interview, he said, "I pushed this bike to its limits to catch up with Mark, but he was too strong today. I think no one knows the Sachsenring as well as he does. The way he manages his speed and avoids pressure is extraordinary. I thought I had a chance, but that small mistake in the corner cost me dearly." Bezzecchi also added that he and his team will evaluate the race data and aim to come back stronger in the next round. "I crashed, but I don't regret trying. This is racing. We have to take risks if we want to win," he said with a bitter smile. On the other hand, Marquez once again proved that Sachsenring remains his sacred circuit. Despite facing intense pressure from Bezzecchi and several other riders, the Ducati Lenovo rider managed to maintain his focus and consistency until the finish line, securing an important victory amid the fierce competition of the 2025 season. With this result, Marquez further solidified his reputation as the king of Sachsen.
Yeah. Please tell me that I can't, that I won't, that I fail, that I'll never make it out, yeah. Please tell me all the bad, never good, fill my head full of every single doubt, yeah. Please say any negative thoughts, I pop off when I hear people say I cannot. I get off to the thought of proving everyone wrong, I won't stop to the top, so you better back off and get lost. I'ma stay loud, stay proud, never running out, never heading south. I'll be spreading out, call it word of mouth, can't put me down, I'll be getting loud. You can have it douse, not what I'm about, have your fucking cloud, it be raining now, I keep making sound, go another round, bitch I'm legend bound, can't stop me now. You don't wanna fuck with me, a slow burn.